Hi Aquarius, welcome to your week ahead. Okay, so let's take a look. This is from the 19th to the 26th. So let's take a look and see what we can see. If you want to book a reading, you can. If you're watching on the single videos on the website, you can join the membership if you so choose, okay? So we got the Six of Cups reverse. So this can be leaving the past behind, and it can also be breaking with a connection. Okay, so there's something about leaving a past connection behind. Yeah, Page of Swords. I feel like some of us need to do inner childhood work though to move forward. Because Page of Swords with the Six of Cups reverse can be someone who needs to do inner childhood healing. So if you're blocked right now and you're having a lot of issues, it could be coming from your childhood. Okay, yeah, the Eight of Cups. So this can be someone who struggles to have regulated relationships because of the childhood. Some of us could be dealing with a masculine. It could be a Gemini, it could be a Pisces, doesn't have to be, but you could be dealing with a masculine who, because of his childhood, he just lives in illusions. I feel like a lot of people are in pain, but it's because of what they're investing in. If you keep investing in fractured people, people who are not serious, people who can't get it together, you can't have a stable life. It's not going to happen, you know? You can't find stability in chaos. So for you Aquariuses, I think you're definitely invested in a masculine. This guy is living in a fantasy land. Now again, we all have our reasons. Maybe this guy had a bad childhood. But again, you got to be careful with wasting your time. Okay, Six of Swords. Some of you could be dealing with a Leo because Leo had the same type of energy. But this is you moving on. For the Aquarius man, you might be heavy in your emotions over a woman who's moved on. See the way this woman has moved forward. So this is a woman who's moved on. You need to leave the past in the past though. If it was meant to work, it would. You know, people spend a lot of time going, oh, this is meant to... If it was meant to work, it would. Life's not that hard. People make it hard. They love the fucking drama. They want the best of all worlds. You know, the Fool. So this can be someone who keeps repeating patterns. The Aquarius woman, see this Empress, you've got to be careful because this Fool, this Peter Pan, he wants all of your Venus energy, he wants all of your abundance, but he doesn't want to give anything back. For the Aquarius men who are watching this though, I think this can be you having issues with the mother figure of your life. So you might have had a very toxic mother, or you might have had a smothering mother. You get a lot of that in this society now, where the mothers are repulsively, the children can just do whatever they want. What they don't realise is those kids are going to become men. And when kids, little children can act like that, they're going to become the men of our next generation. Oh, sweetie, oh, did you fall down? Oh. What are you talking about? Okay, no wonder there's a bunch of pussies running the earth. But seriously though, some of you might be dealing with some kind of petulant child. I mean, the guy's 45, 50, and he's like a petulant child. But again, a lot of it comes down to the mother figure. Obviously, it's good to be nice to your children and loving and care, of course, but you don't want to be too much because then you prepare them to live in a world that's not correct, right? So for some of you Aquariuses, I think you need to leave this masculine. He's childish. He's a grown man. You know, he doesn't want commitment to anything, but he wants access to everything. Page of Coins. So this is someone who gives investment. They give interest, but not that much. I feel like some of you have already left this person. And for the Aquariuses who are watching, for the person who's left you, this person is conflicted. They don't want to leave your life. The problem is someone's not getting it together. You can't blame your childhood forever. You can't blame your mother. Obviously, it does have a big impact. I'm not going to dispute that 1,000,000%. But at some point, as adults, you have to take accountability and say, no, you know? So we've got Faith and it's coming up reversed. For those who are single, for the Aquariuses, I feel like right now you're in a transition period in your life and you kind of just don't know what's coming, where you're going, what to do next. So this is the legacy tarot. So this can be when you're confused over your destiny, your life path, but it's because you're in your mind. You need to connect to your core, okay? That's why people of faith, they can be in the worst type of circumstances, but they just know it's going to work itself out. They know there's a bigger purpose to it, etc. Whereas people who are anti-God, and they think that they are the gods and the creators, when things get hard, they start fracturing within themselves, because they have to understand, like, they've got to be God of their life, but the life is falling apart. Does that make sense? So it's good to be connected to something that's bigger than yourself, because when you're connected to something that's bigger than yourself, when things go bad, it's like, okay, you know, the Tower. So Leo got similar energy. You might be dealing with a Leo. I do think this is people who are going through like quite a difficult time. The life is on a shaky foundation. This could be people who've just been through a breakup. They've just lost a job. I heard reacting badly. Okay, what energy is Aquarius carrying this week, please? So you got the Seven of Cups. So this can be a person who's in the limbic system. There might be a lot of fear. This can be a person who's overindulgent to escape in alcoholism, drug addiction, could be shopping, could be social media. And this is also to do with a person who's disappeared. So this is a person you've separated from. And this week, the person is heavy in the limbic system, wondering, is this person coming back? Do they care? All of this. But mature adults don't act like this. This is the problem with this generation of people. Mature adults communicate. They don't disappear for weeks. They don't act like petulant children. They might have issues, but they sit down, they work through the stuff. They act like grown adults, right? So if you've got a relationship like this in your life, it's already showing its weakness, right? It's already showing that it's not going to be a solid foundation, right? The High Priestess reversed. Someone could also just be moving on to new options as well. Like this can be just leaving the past behind, moving on to new options. So if you're an Aquarius who's stuck, this person's moved on. This person doesn't like handling difficult conversations. They don't want to be with someone through the rough and the smooth. This is someone who, when it gets tough, they bail. They just move on to a new shiny cup, like, you know. This is the fuckboy, the non-committal man. It's the 50-year-old who's washed out, still travelling around solo. You know, he'll say he's just living his best life, but really he just looks like a tragedy. Of course, there is plenty of people in this world as well who are married to each other, committed to each other. It's clearly false. They're also liars. They're not winning. But there's tragedies on both sides, right? But yeah, so if you're cross-watching for an Aquarius, I feel like there's another woman. I think this person is out there just living, partying, hooking up with other women. Not the best type of women either. I've seen kind of ghetto type women. Prostitutes, you know, low-class feminines. And for some Aquariuses who are hung up, that's what I'm getting. Like, this person is done. They're not focused on you. They don't want to come back. Like, it's time for you to move on. Yeah, focus on you, get stable. So that's the message for Aquarius this week with the Star and the Ace of Pentacles. Like, focus on you, focus on your money, get stable within yourself. For the Aquarius lady, that's what you're looking for. You're looking for a solid relationship. By going back, would you ever find it there anyway? For those cross-watching, I feel like this Aquarius just wants to focus on herself. They want to focus on the coin. Okay. What else is coming up here, please? It's a really good week for Aquarius if you're just focused on yourself and you're focused on looking for new opportunities financially. If you haven't got a job, a new opportunity could present itself this week, or you could set up a business. Because the Ace of Pentacles is planting a seed. So the start is you planting your own seeds. Don't sit around whining, no one gives a fuck. They do not care. They'll see you dead in the gutter in this way. They do not care. They'll act like they care. A lot of people are good at that, but they don't care. Okay, so don't get mad. Okay, start seeing what this is and start planting your own seeds. Start taking responsibility for your own health, for your own heart, and for your own prosperity. I feel like some of you Aquariuses are like really triggered. There's like a Karen around you. This bitch is like, she's a mutt beyond mutt, right? But you know what they're like? They're really irritating because they're always in the background. They're always like that with the mouth. They've got a lot to say, but it's a lot of these Karens. They're washed out. What they do is they judge the current generations because their generations didn't have as much options as we do now. It's jealousy. That's it. So some of you see the star with the Ace of Pentacles. You're a star. You've got a lot of power. Maybe you've got the potential to grow in a career. And this bitch is just salty. And I know these type of whores are horrible to deal with. They're horrible. But I think you should just put your focus into you. And these people who are acting in this manner, just see it for what it is. Saltiness. Do it. I feel like there's these collective group of Karens who they're married, they've got kids, they look all together, you know, and they've got a lot to say about everybody else and how they failed and all of this. They're on podcasts, they're in the day-to-day world, but a lot of them, they're living a lie. Half of them didn't want kids. They can't stand the husband can't stand them. And it's just a front so they can look like they won and everyone else failed, but it's just not true. So there's some Jews worried about some judgment from some washed out 50, 40, 5-year-old. Like, why? Okay, this is your life, this is your destiny. We all came in different generations, we all had different experiences. Maybe this is you judging other people. Some people want to be married, they want to have children, and if they're happy, it's none of your business. Wind your neck in, focus on your own life, right? And if someone's doing this to you, where focus goes, energy flows. It's saltiness because they're watching you, you're glowing, you've got your money going right, and they're sitting there in some marriage and they've got kids and they're acting happy, but really they're dead inside and they're miserable and they want what you've got. Not my problem, not yours, right? So just, I feel like for me is this week, watch your reactions, but it is about focusing on you. And some of you are working with these people, and I just think with your creativity, with your talent, with your stardom, you can't go to some basic matrix job and act like you're happy. It'll fucking kill you inside. So, yeah, the message here is don't put yourself in situations that are not for you. Okay, let's take a look. If you don't release the arrow, your aim is all for nothing. Aim straight and shoot the arrow. You know, maybe some of you have got feelings for someone. Maybe some of you want to go back and talk to someone. Maybe some of you want to start a business this week or, you know, apply to a certain role, like shoot the shot. Stop sitting there thinking about it. Get out your head and shoot your shot, okay? Reject any desire to be like others. You are an incomparable, precious jewel. This is older family members. It's people who, because they lived in a certain generation, they think they know best. Most of them are outdated. And I'm not saying all generations have something to teach the last generation or the generation coming up, of course. But healthy people advise, but they don't dictate. And I do think we live in a society of people who, this is how you should do this, that you need, this is not good enough, this, no. Okay, you are you. Reject any desire to be like others. Remember, we just said that 10 seconds ago. Maybe other people don't understand what you want to be or who you want to be, so what? This is your legacy, it's your destiny, it's your journey. And this week you're being told to tune into who you are and reject everything else. Okay, find a place of quiet solitude and listen to the goddess of the moon. Is she calling for more love? I'm also getting with the Aquarius woman with the star and the Ace of Pentacles, this bad bitch, don't need a man type of Beyonce song. And great if you don't, but some of you are just lying out your ass and you do want a man and you do want a family And so this is what I'm getting in this reading, like just fronters, isn't the mask getting heavy, you know? So it's good to be independent, it's good to be able to provide for yourself, but there's nothing wrong with wanting a man to hold it down. There's nothing wrong with, I think there's something about hiding behind a mask a little bit for the Aquarius man or the Aquarius woman. Opening your heart to more love. Maybe you got hurt in the past, maybe someone walked away, but they're saying now's the time. And you don't have to rush it, you just have to be open to it. Okay, I think it's time to leave the past in the past. Some of you went through a heavy breakup, it was kind of traumatizing, it did hurt you, but you've moved into that female fatale, which is, I don't need a man, all that type of shit that these bitches do these days. And it's good not to be dependent on a man, because men can switch up and whatever, but it's okay to want love, it's okay to even need love, like it's okay, your mind is a recorder. Let go of negative, unkind replays and replace them with elevated sounds. So yeah, some years it's time to move back into your legacy. You kind of lost course a little bit. You got off track. You got involved in things that were out of alignment. But this is a week where you really can move back in to things that are aligned with your true self and your legacy. This is a chance to get back on course, to truly reconnect with your heart, to really truly connect with yourself, because we do live in a society where everything is mass marketing. The more people can lead you astray, the more you need their services, the more you need to listen to those people. Now's the time to tune everyone else out, tune into you, and you'll make the right choices, okay? It's time to get back to happiness, life, just feeling good in yourself, okay? Daughter Spirit. So remember the card that came up with the Spirit reversed. This is coming up. So it's time to reconnect with your spirit. Get out your mind. Get out your fear. Get out of what was. Okay. Open up your heart. That's a big message this week. And maybe a past person will make a comeback. Maybe you separated a few months ago from this person. Some years it could have been years ago. Maybe you will reconnect with this person. It does happen, okay? But remember, a strong partnership is two people who are rowing in the boat together. That woman is in the boat alone. And I do think there's a lot of people who are in marriages, relationships, or dating situations, and they're just there alone. What's the other person there for? Okay, envy. So we talked about this older, disgruntled, washed out 45, 50-year-olds. It's just this person is lonely, they're miserable. This is also a sign that the people around you are projecting a future that's going to become you if you don't get your shit together. Okay? So everyone is a mirror. You will be that washed out 50-year-old man who's like still trying to playboy, looks a show. Again, I'm not judging, but I'm just saying. You will be that woman who chose a man out of fear because you couldn't hold it down yourself, and so you end up with just whatever's available rather than what is actually meant to be. But some of you with the Aquarius, this can be someone around you who is envious of you. They're envious of your star power. They're trying to block you. They're trying to stop you moving forward. They're ill-advising you, right? But this can also be someone who's envious of other people. And at the end of the day, there's nothing to envy. Most of what you're looking at is not factual. It's a show. We truly live in a clown circus world where most people are simply showing you what they want you to see. So what are you envying? A lie? Probably. And then there will be people, I do see it, people who've got the life together, they've got the family together, they radiate love, they radiate real, like you can see it. Authenticity is undeniable. Like it's just you can sense it, you can feel it, you can see it. It's like when you hear someone laugh and it's a fake laugh, and then you hear someone laugh and it's a real laugh. We know, right? So what are you envying? A lie? A false reality? So for you this week, this could also be you. Why are you living your life in fakeness? You could drop dead today. Who are you trying to impress? Who the fuck are these people? Like, who are you? Like, and you don't have to be rude, but it's like, listen, I got this, okay? Maybe get off the internet. This is another thing with that, with the recorder. There is just so much poison out here now of people who think they're Aristotles. Like, you're some dickhead from the back end of nowhere, you know? They're not even doing it from a genuine place. And then people are sitting on the internet watching these people, emulating these people instead of trusting themselves. Um, of course, you do get boss leaders, boss prophets, people who know what they're talking about. But even me, when I give my readings, I always say to people, you need to listen to yourself. I can advise you, I'm good at what I do, I'm very good at what I do, but I'm not a god. I would prefer you took this advice and said, that makes sense, I'm rejecting that, and this is what I'm doing. That's what power is. Power is the ability to objectively listen and then choose what feels right within you. And if it comes with judgment, so fucking what? Everyone's being judged anyway. You can't do right for wrong in this world now. Like, you cannot do right for doing wrong. So as long as you trust in you and doing it from in you, you're fine. Okay, that was long-winded. If you join the membership, you'll be able to access all the signs every week. If you want to book a reading, you can. Have a great week, and I'll speak to you soon.